Fam, you wouldn't show up to your game unprepared, so why you still wilding out down there? That's why I had to collab with Manscaped. It's all about precision, confidence, and staying ready for whatever's coming your way, if you get what I mean. When you feel clean, you move different. And on the Courtnee Edgar show, we keep it real, we keep it sharp, focused, and ready for anything. Now, I ain't gonna steer you wrong, so you gotta make sure you hit the link below. The link is gonna be in the description as well as pinned in the chat. And look, get your Manscaped kit right now and stop showing up to life unprepared. Now let's get into it. Welcome to the Courtnee Edgar Show. Oh, what is good, bro? What's popping? Welcome to another dope show where we talk about everything under the sun as long as we get back to the money, real conversations, and real solutions. I'm your host, Courtnee Edgar. Listen, y'all like how your boy be vibing now, don't it? We be straight vibing. Bro. Listen, we got some topics to cover tonight. We locked in, we loaded. Pause. We just got a lot of topics to cover, dog. You feel me? Got a lot of topics to cover, and it's gonna be interesting tonight. But before we get there, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification. All right. And also, if you haven't tapped into the Patreon, definitely do that right now, because there's a lot of value in the Patreon where we talk. We have the conversation on YouTube, but we move different in the Patreon. That's where we teach on how to build the business, on how to grow your Instagram, how to learn how to invest your money, the basic level way. We're not diving deep just yet, and I'm showing you the ways that I did it. I'm showing you from the point of where I started and where I'm at now. So I'm showing you that as well. All right, but hold up, before we get into it, let's check them out. Logan, what's up, big dog? What's up with you? Like, sub. Hey, I appreciate you, fam. I appreciate you. Appreciate the love, big dog. Nice, bro. Just did. For sure. I appreciate you. Joe, what's good with you? How you feeling? Y'all ready for the show tonight? Y'all ready? Listen, let's go ahead and get into it, bro. I'm excited tonight. I am feeling good. I just ate some tacos. Some carne asada tacos. Listen, we are good. I'm nice and full, and I'm ready to kick it. You feel me? All right, so let's go ahead and rock out. First topic up tonight, we got a liberal woman. She's basically advocating for the Black community and saying that she's going against the grain of what people talk about in regards to when people say, well, you never experienced it, so why are you trying to advocate and why you try to defend the Black community? So I want to hear her thoughts on this, and then I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions, all right? So let's go ahead and rock out. Let's get into it, man.
The amount of white people that dare to tell me that there is no reason for white people to feel guilty because they weren't directly involved with slavery, when every single one of them, especially the ones who dare to comment some dumbass shit like that on my posts, just proves how racist you actually are. All of the people that think that they're not a part of it, that don't contribute, are much bigger contributors than someone that openly speaks about feeling empathy for others and feeling guilt as a white person in America who has contributed to systemic racism just by being born into the system. It's not something that I asked for. It's something that I became aware of. And all the people that come on here and say that white people don't have a reason to feel guilty, I mean, all you're doing is snitching on yourself, because you're way more racist than you actually think. Because otherwise you wouldn't be commenting stuff like that. You wouldn't be taking time out of your day to comment on my post. You trying to convince yourself that you don't contribute. You trying to convince yourself that you're not part of the problem But honey, you are the problem. Because the sooner that every white person can take a deep look at themselves, take a deep look at those around them, then things can start to get better. But until then, you know, every white person that says that they don't have a reason to feel guilty, you're just ignorant. Time to open your eyes.
What the fuck she talking about? For real, no, dead ass. What is she talking about? See, here's another white apologist. Here's a white apologist. I agree with the people that's going against what she's saying. I've never experienced, bro, I haven't experienced racism on any sort of level. Nor has anybody else who claims in hoops and holler about racism. I don't see y'all getting y'all ass whipped on y'all back. I don't see whips out this bitch. I don't see none of that. I don't see it. If somebody can show me where you see, if a black man get caught up by a white man, and the white man pull out the good old whip, where you going, boy? And he got them shakalaka, shakalaka. I'll shut up. I'm not blaming these people. I'm not holding anybody responsible who wasn't responsible in the first fucking place. That's stupid. Why would I hold you, whatever your name is, what's her name? Shell Shock. Why would I hold you accountable for something that, first of all, I don't even know if your line of people had anything to do with the slavery. Maybe they were the ones that was trying to help out and get them out of the situation. Why in the fuck would I blame you for what happened back then? Why would I do that? That's just like, let's just say hypothetically, right? Somebody that was in my family, they did some wrongdoing in this world. You know what I'm saying? They just off somebody and they went to jail. They've been in jail for years. What they did ain't got shit to do with me. They made their own shit. They made their own decisions. They thought the way that they wanted to think. They are a totally different person than who I am. I think entirely different from that person. My perspective is completely different. So how in the hell can you blame me for the mistakes of the person who actually caused and have done the action? Make that make sense to me. So now we're overcorrecting. So now that's what white apologists typically do. They overcorrect because they feel guilty of what their ancestors potentially did. And of course, there are some black people who don't make it no better. Well, it was your great grandfather who did this. Nigga, how you know? What if he was on the side? What if he was on the side that was trying to help the black people? What if they didn't have a dog in the fight at all? What if they were living in a different country at the time? Who the fuck knows? They probably had their own struggles at the time. They probably were poor. Who knows? Who knows? So I'm not finna blame you for something that your ancestors potentially did. And nor am I gonna hold you accountable for it neither. That's dumb. Can somebody explain that to me? Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm out of pocket. Am I wrong here? Am I missing something? Because if I am, you can hold me accountable. If I am missing something, please let me know right now. And of course, if she's a liberal, that's typically what happens. Trying to apologize for black people, then of course black people gonna tell her, Shorty, why are you speaking for me? I don't need you to speak for me. Just like right now, I don't need you to speak for me. I will look you dead in your face and say, whatever racism you talking about, I haven't experienced it. And I'm from Alabama. I'm from that good old boy state. I haven't experienced it. Could it be because of the way that I present myself in public? Is that because I'm not out here wilding and ratcheting and doing degenerate things? Could be. I mean, I was raised right. My parents did teach me how to go out and conduct myself the right way in public. Could that be it? When I do get pulled over, and I have been pulled over before, Do I ever looked at it as, well, you're profiling me? No. I got pulled over because most of y'all know why y'all get pulled over, but you want to play that game. I done got pulled over for speeding. I got pulled over for not having my seatbelt on. I got pulled over for making the wrong turn. And each and every time I knew exactly why I got pulled over. And I got pulled over before for being in the HOV lane when I shouldn't have been. Each and every time I knew why I got pulled over. Nor did I pull up and say some shit like, well, what you pulling me over for? See, when you talk, this is the problem with the police officer. No, nigga, I just say, how you doing, officer? Do you know I pulled you over? Yeah, man. You got me. Yeah, I ain't have my seatbelt on. Yep, I was speeding. I was doing on the speed limit because I might have been late for work or some shit. Right? It is what it is. Some of the cases some of the situations I got out of, and then some of the situations I had to bite the bullet and pay the ticket. Everybody went home. Was it an inconvenience? Absolutely. He's like, fuck, I did not want that ticket. But oh well, it's better than getting locked up or getting shot or going to jail or anything. I'll take the ticket and I'll just pay it. But at least I get to make it home or make it to work and go get to my destination and where I'm trying to go. But y'all make life so fucking hard. And then you got white apologists who trying to apologize for you. That's crazy work. That is wild work. Never understood it. Don't understand it. Boy, I tell you, people out here today, they be bugging. They straight bugging. But let me know what y'all think, bro. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification. Let me read some of these comments, man. To stop feeling guilty, slob on me to help the white guilt. No, what? She is the guilty one here. Facts. And that's what I was thinking. Yep, 100%. She got to get out of here, man. She got to do something, bro. She got to do something. I was waiting for a video she posted. What video? Appreciate you, Snow. What's good with you? Say what, bro? What'd you say, Precious Juarez? Sounds like serious criminal activity. It sounds like some, right? Sounds like some serious criminal activity, right? I never get out of a damn ticket. You'll never get out of a ticket. Why not? You must have been blatant. You must be going like 30 to 40 to 50 miles per hour over the speed limit. Or you probably be having an attitude when they pull up to you. You be having an attitude, Joe. You can keep it above. What's up, Amber? You can keep it above when you be having an attitude when they pull up to you. Like, why you pull me over type shit. You can be honest with me. You can be honest. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna tell nobody. I ain't gonna tell nobody. So, you swear you're friendly. All right, look, I'll take your word for it. So let's keep this train moving, man. Let's keep this train moving. Speaking of liberals, yeah, y'all gonna love this one. Speaking of liberals, it's the show, Amber. It's the show. Many different topics. We're gonna be moving on to the next one. Speaking of liberals, Jasmine Crockett. Hey. Let's have a moment of silence for Jasmine Crockett. She be out here wilding, boy. She wilding. She be out here straight wilding, and she wondered why people like Stephen A. Smith be going at her. She wonders why people like Stephen A. Smith go at her head. But I'm gonna play. It's two videos I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play the first one, and then I'm gonna play the second one, and then I'll give my thoughts. And depending on what she say in this first video, I might stop it right there and say something, and then I'll play the second video. All right. I got out of a 90 and a 65 by being good at math. So what's the difference between 90 and 65? 25. Okay, have a good night. Hey, facts. Facts. Oh, I know he laughed at that one. I know he did. Cause I ain't gonna lie, that would have tripped me up too for a second. Like, what you talking about, man? You know what? I ain't got time. Have a good night, sir. I would have said the same shit. Like, man, look, you got it. Have a good night, man. But look, let's get into this Jasmine Crockett, man. Let's see what she talking about. Here she go. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for Jasmine Crockett?
A lot of the MAGA women receive gender-affirming care, such as lip fillers, breast augmentation, etc. Why do you think they are so against gender-affirming care for trans people?
You know you want to say it.
Okay, so I have this thing where, like, you know, a MAGA woman when you see one.
1000%.
They all have a look,
Big
right?
back,
But they like they lips be up to anyway. That's a whole other issue. But yeah, they don't even know because when that was brought up on the House floor, because there was a discussion about this on the House floor. They were like, "How dare you say we use?" And it's like, no, that's exactly what y'all do. Y'all just didn't realize that that's what it is. But okay.
Yeah.
Y'all know what she talking about? Hold on, let me play it back. Let me make sure I ain't miss nothing.
Okay, a lot of the MAGA women receive gender-affirming care, such as lip fillers, breast augmentation, etc. Why do you think they are so against gender-affirming care for trans people?
You know you want to say it.
Okay, so I have this thing where, like, you know, a MAGA woman when you see one.
1000%.
They all have a look,
Big
right?
back,
But they
Did he
like
say?
they live.
Did he say big back? Did he say big back? Or am I tripping? He did say big back, right?
but
Let me make sure.
A woman when you see one.
1000%.
They all have a look,
big
right?
back, but
He said big back. If I'm not mistaken, if I heard that correctly, he said big back. Sir, my delicate sir, my delicate sir, of anybody. If that's what you said, I'm gonna say this based off the strength of I think that's what you said. So I'm gonna address it. My feminine sir. You see this joint right here? You see this right here? We know your belly hanging out the bottom of that corset. We know your belly hanging out the bottom of that corset. I can look at your neck and tail. I can look at your neck, how your neck is connected to the top of your chin, that you a big back. Just because you got the corset on, you trying to make it look like you slim. No, big dog. You big back just like the rest of them that you claim to be talking about. And mind you, Jasmine Crockett is at a solid weight. But she got a little chunk in it too. So she can't be talking too much. She can't be laughing too goddamn hard, which is why she got her hands in front of her stomach. Because she ain't too confident in that belly she got going on in that dress. But hey, neither here nor there. She don't look bad. Just gotta call it for what I call it. I'm just saying. Gotta call it for what I call it. Let's move on.
you know you want to say it.
Okay, so I have this thing where, like, you know, a MAGA woman when you see one.
1000%.
They all have a look,
Big
right?
back,
But they like they lips be up to.
Look. Listen, that's a healthy weight though. She ain't bad. Look, it's a healthy weight. I'm not calling her fat. I'm just saying she got a little tummy up there. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Anyway, that's a whole other issue. But yeah, they don't even know.
Yeah, prime fighting weight.
When that was brought up on the House floor, because there was a discussion about this on the House floor, they were like, "How dare you say we use?" And it's like, no, that's exactly what y'all do. Y'all just didn't realize that that's what it is. But okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let's go to the next video because they up here talking about MAGA women and lip fillers and shit like that. Like, it don't matter. Both of y'all use lip fillers. All y'all getting BBLs. A lot of y'all wearing weaves, extensions, all of it. This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. All y'all do it. Republicans do it. Democratic women do it. All y'all do it. Ain't none of y'all are exempt. None of y'all. So let's go to the next video, bro. I ain't got time to play with y'all. I ain't got time. Now this is here. Now this one here, wild.
I think that it's really a good question as to why a member of Congress needs to pay for security out of money that they go and raise, instead of focusing on making sure that they use that money to educate voters about why it is that their candidacy matters. I do think that it does people like me a disservice when you are so outspoken. And then what happens is, instead of you being able to put all your dollars into campaigning, instead you've got to do things like pay for your security. But I kind of value my life, so it is what it is. And it is.
So what's her job again? So basically, let me get this straight. So basically, her job is basically what I do. I go and talk about shit. Say what my opinion is, what I think about, and what should fucking happen. And people pay you for it. Your tax dollars. That's what you're paying for. She just going to talk shit about the president and anybody else that's a Republican. You go up there, just talk her ratchet talk, and now she begging for more money. I'm pretty sure she's paid. No, Ratchet Crockett, use your own money to pay for your own security, my G. You want to go and talk reckless? You want to go and talk crazy? You want to talk tough to the president? You want to say all these egregious things about everybody? But now you want security? You better pay for it. You better come up out your own pockets and pay for it. See, this is when, you know what? I ain't gonna even say it. I ain't gonna say it. This is when y'all need to check her. Every person that agrees with Jasmine Crockett, every person that talks about, oh, Jasmine Crockett, I love her. Guess what? You need to hold her accountable, because she talking to you. She telling you to use your tax dollars to help her pay for security, because she knows she talk reckless. Make it make sense to me. All right, I got you on board, City. Make it make sense to me. I don't understand it. And that's what a lot of these politicians are doing. That's why Trump cleaning house. He's like, y'all just over here just getting paid to do what? Nothing. You just getting paid to do nothing. While the shutdown was going down, people are not getting paid who actually are contributing members to society, who got a job to do, that important shit that makes the world go round. And they ain't getting paid. They weren't getting paid. But the politicians were the niggas the Bernie Sanders, the AOCs, the Jasmine Crockett's, all of them. They getting up on these pulpits, hooping, hollering, screaming, talking shit, and yet and still they still getting paid. And she out here asking for more money for security. What about having that money go to the people who actually need it, right? Since you want money for you, for your security, because of the way you chose to talk. How about you raise funds to pay the people who weren't getting paid when the shutdown was going on? How about you do that? Help them out. Since you for the people, right? Will be for the people. Don't just talk on their behalf. Go and do something about it. Let's see some action. I want to see some action from the Democratic Party, because guess what y'all do? Y'all always talking. Y'all don't do nothing else but fucking talk. That's all you do. You ain't doing nothing. You are the reason why the shutdown happened in the first goddamn place. But guess what though? Y'all had to try to find the scapegoat. No, it's Trump. It's Trump. No, nigga, it's the Democratic Party. That's what it is. Cry to your mama about it. And that's why they mad. That's why they was mad at Stephen A. Smith, because Stephen A. Smith was letting her ass have it. He was calling her out on her bullshit. Because that's exactly what she do. She be bullshitting. And the audacity of a motherfucker to get on TikTok to come out here and ask for more money. More money, more money. Here comes the money. Nope. Lying to me. Lying to me. Jasmine Crockett better go on about her goddamn business. That's what she better do. Go on about your business, shorty. Go on about your business. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let's read some of these comments, dog. Let's read some of these comments. And if you want to support the channel, link is. Well, do I have a link? No, I ain't got the link. Don't worry about it. You can hit the super chats if you want to, but I normally have something scrolling across, but I ain't put it up here. But yeah, so if you want to support the channel, it's definitely appreciated, but it's not expected. All right. So let's read some of these comments. He said, "Big bag, you are not tripping." Okay, I thought I wasn't tripping. Joint. Yeah, he's twice her size. That's what I'm saying. Big Bertha looking ass dude, bro. Talking about some big bags. Sir, just sit back there and be quiet. Jasmine is at her prime fighting weight. It's a healthy weight. You know what I'm saying? But we know I ain't gonna go there. Nope, I ain't gonna go there. My girl cousin makes bank giving lip fillers and Botox, clears $300K a year. God damn. Listen, that's what's in the market, bro. Lip fillers, BBLs, all that jive, all that Botox shit. Yeah, you can make money from it. You can definitely make money for it. It's definitely a market out here for it. That's for sure. Gotta put the baby to sleep. You'll be back. All right, bet. Yeah, Amber, you're right. It definitely is. It's a market out here for, because there's a lot of women who, they got the skinny lips. They want that Kylie Jenner makeover. They want that Kim K makeover. That's what they want. They don't want that Cardi B. They want that Kylie Jenner makeover. Because boy, I ain't gonna lie to you, I have not, outside of Bree from Selling Sunset, I have not seen a better BBL Botox situation. I was like, damn. That's crazy. But hey, it be what it is though. I understand. So you refrain from it. I feel it though. I mean, listen, I dig it. I 100% dig it. All right. So look, let's go ahead and move over. I want to go ahead and move over to this next topic. And so y'all remember Bobby Boucher? And the mom was like, the chickens have come home to roost, Bobby Boucher. Yup. And the reason this is because there was one point of time, kind of around the pandemic situation, there was this fellow guy named Kevin Samuels. Nah. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of BBL. I'm not a big fan of BBL and fillers. I'm not. Because I then have to say that you aren't confident in how you were made. You aren't confident in who you are as a person, because you want to make changes to yourself. You want to put lip fillers in you want to get butt implants because you think your butt is too flat, or all that extra jive. Like, nah, man. Be confident in who you are. If you a bop, be a bop. If you are attractive, just be attractive. All of that. So, nah, I'm not a big fan of it. I think it's a cowardly move. And that goes for men and women, because I know there are men who actually get BBLs too. It's crazy. Shout out to Drake. What you mean what I know about Kevin Samuels? Yeah, man. So Kevin Samuels, during the pandemic times, Kevin Samuels, he was going in, he hit his mark and he took off around the pandemic time, because the ultimate saying, you best at average. You're average at best. That's the phrase. You're average at best. And so it caused an entire uproar in the women community, because at first he was just talking to men, but then when he started talking to women, it caused a major uproar in the community. And I'm not talking about just the black community. I'm talking about just the women community overall. They started going at his head, but he stood firm, stood 10 toes down, and let them know what was going on, what the real was. These type of men that they ask for, you can't just ask for them and you not do the work. You have to also be willing. You have to also put in the work to receive that type of man, and so on and so forth. And so there have been times where Kevin Samuels has said, "Winter time is coming," and I think that time is slowly coming, and I think it might be here. So there's a woman who used to go at Kevin Samuels, but yet she's starting to feel it. She's starting to feel that winter coming, and now she's backtracking. She's backtracking now, and she's understanding what Kevin Samuels was saying. So let's listen into it, and then we'll give our thoughts on it. All right?
I hate to admit that so much.
Let me go back.
Kevin Samuels was right. I hate to admit that so much. But got to give credit where credit is due.
Facts, Raw.
Kevin Samuels was right. Ladies, winter is coming. And last night proved to me that I need a man. For real. Because I almost died in my room. It was 30 degrees in Houston last night. My toes almost froze off. Unfortunately, we got to stop with this strong, independent bullshit, because when it gets cold outside, we cannot cuddle up with our independence, okay? Yes, I have an amazing blanket and central heat and all that stuff. I didn't turn the central heat on last night because I didn't know it was going to be so cold, but that's neither here nor there. The point of the matter is, I should have been cuddling up with my man, okay? I should have been increasing my body heat when it was cold. But you know what I was doing? Laying my strong, independent, stupid ass in the bed by myself. Now, let me tell you something. I'm done being single. I've been saying this for months, and I'm so serious. I am done being single. I want to love and cater on somebody with warm flesh, okay? I want to honor and respect somebody who can keep me warm. I'm sorry. Y'all got this single shit by yourself. I am done with it. I am done with it. It is so bad right now that I might go ahead and go to the gas station and scoop up that homeless man that proposes to me every time I fill my tank. I mean, I can tell if I clean him up a little bit, give him a little haircut, he might be kind of fine. Okay? That's how cold I was last night.
Hey, she said she trying to be like old girl off of Two Can Play That Game. When Bobby Brown was the little ratchet, we had the Jerry curling shit. He was like, ooh, Karen, I want you. I'm telling you, bro. Listen, bro. Ladies, y'all better listen up. He said, nah, sis, go charge that rose up. They're like, nah, don't say you need us now. Nope. Talk that talk you've been talking. Talk about you divesting yourself from men. Go ahead, talk that talk, but you don't need a man that you don't need him, you just want him. No, talk your talk. We want to hear it. We want to hear the talk. Kevin Samuels called it. I got it. Listen, bro, you got to call a spade a spade. He called it out and he said, listen, bro, that time is coming. All this bullshit talk that you talking about, I don't need a man, I just want a man. And what can the man do for me? I am the table type shit. Hey, man, all that shit out the window. That shit sound good because you in a first world country. You're so entitled to the point that you don't even realize that if shit were to go to shit, ooh, wait, you wouldn't know what to do. Half of y'all don't even know what to do without your phone. You couldn't go a whole day without your phone. You couldn't just say, you know what, I'm gonna put my phone down. I ain't gonna use my phone at all. Now, I ain't talking about just keeping it in your pocket. I'm talking about at all. Some of y'all can't even do that. And that's what's happening. And more women are gonna start coming out the woodwork I just want a man. Y'all saw if y'all was watching the Banter and Barter show yesterday. Shout out to the crew. If y'all was watching it yesterday, Leslie Jones, she's talking about how successful she is and how much of a great woman she is and that she can fight and shit like that. Like, when are y'all gonna understand that we don't give a fuck about that? And it's not the fact that, great, you make your own money. That's cool. That's great for you. That's phenomenal. Wonderful. But what's your character like? What are your moral values? Who are you as a person? Are you actually a feminine woman? We don't want that woman that says, yeah, man, as long as the right man can put me into my feminine energy, then that's when I'll be feminine. No, you're supposed to be feminine all the time. All the time. I have yet, unless they're making a mockery of the women, I have yet to see a man say anything in regards to, hey man, listen, I'm gonna be a feminine man until I find a feminine woman that could put me in my masculine energy. Until I find me a woman that's feminine, I'm gonna be in my feminine energy. Cause half of y'all chicks ain't worth my time. You don't deserve a masculine man. So I'm gonna be in my feminine energy until the right feminine woman who gonna love, admire, and respect me. Then when she does that, then that's when I'll give her my masculine energy. That's when I'm gonna become a masculine man. You see how stupid that shit sounds? You see how dumb that sounds? I never understood that. Never understood it. But hey, she coming to the, but she's starting to wake up. She understands that shit get lonely. You only go up in age. You only gonna continue to get older. All that shit sounds good when you're 22 and 23. Well, that's fine. I don't mind. I'll die alone. I have my cats and my dog. Okay, it sound good. That shit sound good. But when your friends and everybody around you in your circle, they getting married, they having love, they having their children, they're building the family, they're building wealth. They got their dream home, dream cars, dream job, and they're doing family events. They're doing all the fun shit together as a family, as a unit. When you see them posting pictures and shit on their stories, talking about how they're at fucking Disneyland or they're traveling across seas somewhere with their family, and they're seeing their kids grow up and go to college and they're enjoying life and all this good shit. You're gonna be like, damn, man, I wish I had that. I wish I had that. Now you're gonna be up in age. People gonna ask you, what do you wish you could have changed, or what do you regret in your life? Well, I regret not having a family. I regret not creating a legacy. Y'all so worried about the world and what the world is doing. Nigga, you supposed to be focusing on how you supposed to help build the world. Be fruitful and multiply. That's how you keep this thing going. Be fruitful and multiply. Get out of your own ego. Again, I said this before. I don't think men have bigger egos than women. I don't. I think women have bigger egos than men. I really do. They don't understand exactly, milkman. They don't understand it. They don't understand it. And the shit that pisses me off the most is when you got other men who agree with them. It's like, fam, you really just gonna let her just say that shit and you gonna agree with it? Like, you truly in your heart of hearts believe what the fuck she's saying right now? You telling me that this woman who is 33, 34 years old, she on the brink of not being able to have a child, right? She ain't married. She focused on her career. She out here telling men what she ain't gonna do as a woman. But yet and still, she say she want a man. She want a masculine man. She want a man that's gonna do what he do. But yet, when that man tell you to shut the hell up out of love, you ain't gonna listen. You ain't gonna follow his lead. Interesting. But he gotta be making 6 figures and 7 figures in order for you to listen to him. Nah, it don't work like that. A man's man, no matter if that nigga making $50,000 or he making 7 figures, it don't matter. If he's a man, he's a man. And if he's a great leader, he gonna lead you right. And you gonna follow him. So I don't understand it. So yeah. So shout out to her though for waking up. Seemed like she look like she passed 35. I look like she might be, if she ain't 40, she close. She look like it. She close to 40. And the young ones they try to talk to and the young ones they try to act like it won't happen to them. But the OGs who tried to tell them thought the same. That's a fact. I don't know why the fuck I just fucked up in that whole sentence, bro. I don't know why. But no, I agree. But look, I'm of the cloth of now. I'm gonna let them do what they do. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm done talking to them. I ain't talking to them. All of them that's gonna say, well, I don't need no man. I can do bad all by myself. I don't need none of this shit. I don't need a man. I want a man. All right, bet. Say less. Say less. Do your thing. You ain't gonna listen to a man. All right, bet. You ain't gonna come out of your masculine energy until you find a masculine man. I bet. Handle that by yourself. Let me know how that go in the next 5 to 10 years. Let me know how that's working out for you. But the ones who actually want to be in their the ones who are actually operating their feminine energy, and they just haven't found that proper man who can treat them the proper way, like they should be treated. You know, the ones that should be treated like the way they should be treated. We gonna talk to them. The ones who want to be in a relationship, the ones who want to follow a man's lead, the ones who are feminine, who operate in their feminine energy, who want to build and grow a family, who want to build a foundation. Yep. Those are the ones that we gonna talk to. The rest of y'all who don't need a man, you just want a man, or you just want a partner. We ain't talking to you. We ain't talking to you. We gonna let you die alone. What you want me to say? We're gonna let you die alone. Let you die on that hill by your motherfucking self. You down that hill by yourself all alone. Don't get mad. Don't get mad at everybody else. Hold on, what happened to my thing? Give me a second. Don't get mad when all the pick of the litter is gone and you see all your friends and people getting married. Don't get upset. Because we don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear. Hold on, man. What's going on with my Did my shit freeze? Yo, can y'all hear me? Or am I tripping? Bro, what is going on with my damn thing? All right, you can hear me. Okay. Boy, my shit was straight tripping. On God. I'm saying I'm not going in my masculine until they achieve 500, 1,000 throw hours. Man, this dude here crazy as hell. Bro, I can't stand you, bro. Oh my God. All right, cool. You can hear me. I bet. I thought my shit froze for a second because my mouse wasn't working. We can hear you, but the aspect ratio is in the like mobile mode or something. Okay. Let me see. Oh, I can turn it up. My bad. I think we good now. I think we are golden. All right, so look, let's go ahead and move over to this next topic. The main topic of tonight. Charlemagne the God and Melyssa Ford. As y'all, for those of you who don't know, Melyssa Ford left the Joe Budden podcast. Of course, as if we didn't see that coming. She left the show to do her own thing, basically, because I think she has her own show. It's called Hot and Bothered with Melyssa Ford and the Breakfast Club. Huh. Is that like I think so. I guess they pretty much, it's probably like a spinoff of the Breakfast Club. Okay, cool. Well, I guess they picked her up and now she got her own shit. She got her own show, and now she's gonna talk about, the Joe Budden podcast and basically calling them misogynistic. Interesting, right? So let's go ahead and get into it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. No, Because y'all want to be difficult. Because us men are simple. We want to make money and get fit. Everything else comes with that. Everything else comes with that. If you got the money, you fit, and you listen and focus on your character too. For all men out there, listen, focus on your character, focus on your morals, get to a bag, focus on your health. Everything else is gonna come. That's why there's only a small portion of self-help books, because we're simple. Keep it simple, stupid. But because your mind and the wiring in your brain is all over the fucking place, all over the fucking time, you got to go to this deep shit. There's so many different self-help books on how to be the best mom, how to be your best self. Fuck the niggas, decenter the men, all this extra shit. But what y'all don't realize is that you fucking yourself up. And guess what? Them type of niggas, guess what type of man you're going to end up getting? A liberal man. A liberal man who like to put nose, or who like to get the bull rings in his nose. That's what you're going to get. That's exactly what you're going to get. Because I have yet to see an actual really good, I'm talking about a phenomenal woman. Feminine, does everything right, great morals, great character. I have not seen, I'm pretty sure there's some that slip through the cracks, but I rarely see the fact that a really great woman like that not be able to keep a man. But guess what? If you listen to Melyssa Ford, best believe you might as well go ahead and plan for about the next 10, 12 years. You're going to be single. And you probably going to miss your opportunity with the man that you need, not the one that you want. The man that you need. Because a lot of y'all go for the shit that y'all want. You don't go for what you need. How come men don't have that? I've seen, don't get me wrong, I know there are some. But how come I don't see men having this situation? Yeah, I think Charlamagne is married with kids. But my thing is this. Because, again, women leave men, especially if they're educated and they go to school, right? They got their college degrees. They typically leave men at a 70% clip. Their marriages at a 70% clip. But I still don't see as many men getting on platforms talking about decentering women or none of that. I don't see it. I'm pretty sure there are some, but I don't see it as much. But yet and still, these same individual women, because mind you, Melyssa Ford, again, she had an entire podcast talking about the relationships that she'd been in and the ones that she left. All of them that she left. Had opportunities to be married and she left, right? But yet, there have been situations where women have done men dirty. I'm talking to the most scandalous shit. But yet, I don't hear men getting on these platforms talking about their decentering women. They just say, you know what? I'm just finna make this hoe jealous. I'm finna go get in the gym. I'm finna focus on me. I'm just finna fall. I'm gonna keep my head down for a minute and rock the fuck out. But I understand what I'm looking for next time. They don't never say, nah, man, I don't want to be in no relationship no more, man. I just, you know what? I just want to go into my spiritual realm because I have this spiritual awakening about myself. You know what I'm saying? And now, you know, because I'm at this point in my life now where, you know, the spiritual side of me is saying that I just need to focus on this and I don't necessarily need to focus on the women. Like, what? Like, what you talking about? You just say, nah, fam. If you want, listen, bro, keep your head down, go work, go grind, go find a new skill, get your bread up, hit the gym, everything will be straight. But for some reason, and again, it's not all of them. It's just women like this. Just women like this. Drive me insane, man. But see, the part that you aren't representing, Melyssa Ford, the part that you're skipping out on is that yes, men and women both, they have masculinity and they have femininity within themselves. But what you're not explaining is the fact that yes, men need to be more masculine. Name me a feminine man that was a leader. Name me a feminine man who used his emotions to make decisions. Name me a masculine man that uses his emotions to make decisions. Name me a leader that forefronted his feminine side in order to make a decision or to become something bigger or to be a martyr in the community. It wasn't his femininity, it was his masculine. So yes, we all understand that. Yeah, we carry that. We understand that. But there's a time and a place for that. I'm pretty sure men are vulnerable. That's why men cry in the fucking car or they cry in the shower. But they don't let the family see it. Reason being because guess what? Your family looks up to you. You are the leader of the household, but they see you hooping, hollering, and crying in front of everybody. Then guess what? That, regardless of how you want to look at it, that's going to do something to them. That's going to do something to them. That's going to do something to them. So that's why they say, look, you can't show your weakness, bro. You can't. I get it. You know, they want you to be vulnerable. Cool. But there's only a certain amount that you give. There's only a certain amount that you give. I'll give you an example. I saw this video the other day. Kid you not. And it was a line of fellas. And no, this wasn't Pop the Balloon. There was a line of fellas. And the question was, and I guess it was this girl, you know, she had to choose amongst these other guys. And the question was, when was the last time, what was something that made you cry? And Buddy said, man, I just lost my best friend last year. And literally it hit him. It triggered him. And Buddy, you know what I'm saying? He teared up a little bit. He's like, damn, man, I lost my best friend. You know what I'm saying? It's really tough on me, dog. Like, that was my guy. Kid you not. She did not choose him because she said she felt that was a little weird for him to cry because he lost his best fucking friend. And that's just one example of many. So miss me with the behavior. So miss me with the crap of, well, this is the patriarchy telling you that men should not be emotional. No. There's a reason behind it. They don't just say the shit just to say it. There's a reason why they tell a lot of women not to be masculine. There's a reason behind it because a lot of men aren't attracted to that. They aren't. But you don't want to listen to that. We're not just saying that to fucking downplay you. We're not saying that to say that you ain't shit. No, we're telling you that because that's what it is. A feminine woman don't want a feminine man. A feminine woman wants a masculine man. A masculine man does not want a masculine woman. A masculine man wants a feminine woman. Yin and fucking yang. That's the only way it's going to work. You can't put two fucking positives together. That shit won't work. It won't work at all. So you have to understand that. Nobody's telling men, listen, bro, you can't cry, you can't express yourself. Nobody's telling you not to do that. But if you start doing it all the fucking time, if you start doing it for every little situation, like, hey man, what we doing? What you crying for? What you crying for now? What you whining about now? Stop crying, get to it. Crying ain't gonna help the situation. Fix the problem. Take action on the problem. Whatever the situation is, take action on it. Figure it out. That's why we say that. That's why we say little boys shouldn't cry. Cool little fella, you fell and scraped your knee. I bet. You scraped your knee a little bit. But wait, what you screaming and crying so hard for? I get it. You fail. But understand, suck it up. Because there are going to be bigger issues in life. And if you cry over something small like this, I'm telling you, the world going to eat you alive. So that's why they tell you to be tough. Because you're going to go through trials and tribulations in life. You're gonna go through dark times in life, bro. But you gotta be able to weather that fucking storm. And crying ain't gonna help you do it. That's why we tell you that. That's why men say that. What we talking about, bro? What are we talking about? Come on, man. Come on, bro.
Agree.
About to do is massage my motherfucking head. No. See, this is where it goes left. I'm not sitting between no other man's legs so he can massage my head. I don't care if he is my best friend. Yeah, I've hugged my friends. Yeah, I hug my friends. Yeah, they're my friends, bro. They're like brothers. Yeah, that's a showcase of intimacy. Yeah, it's good, fam. Like, bro, how you feeling, bro? How you been? How you doing, dog? You straight? Family good? Yeah, bro. Like, we good. It's an intimate hug. Yeah, we understand that, bro. Like, we're not saying that. But what you're not about to do is sit up here and gaslight me and tell me that I need to sit between my homeboy's legs and like, hey, man, I need a head massage, Brody. Like, I need that. No, what I'm gonna do, I will find a girl to do that for me. No, stupid. Not finna do that. Hey, bro, massage my head, bro. Nah, we wired different. And you're not finna, no, not happening. Not happening. Just like when y'all be having sleepovers and shit, y'all be testing out kissing each other and shit. So you think men should do that too? That's what you think? If men kicking to each other, you think they should test out kissing each other too? That's what you saying? Because basically it's okay and you sit between her legs and goddamn it, you massaging her head for what? So if I'm sitting next to my homeboy, if I'm sitting next to the homie, should I tell him, hey bro, can you know what I'm saying, scratch my back, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, get up under the shirt, bro. Like, scratch my shit, dog. Like, scratch my back, bro. Like, yeah. Oh man, that shit feels so good, bro. What we talking about? And this is where the conversation goes left. This is where the conversation goes left. Massage. Yeah, you crazy as hell. Massage my head, bro. I'm finna sit between your legs. Listen. I'm sitting between your legs. My hands in my lap like this. My feet crossed, my legs and feet crossed, while you massaging my head. And I would be like, oh shit, bro. Hey, bro, that's a good spot right there, bro. That's it right there, big dog. And he up this bitch. Yeah, bro. I got you, dog. You know what I'm saying? I got you, bro. Don't even trip, bro. I got you. Like, come on, man. Like, get it, man. Miss me with that shit. Dog.
And it doesn't mean anything other than that's my friend showing me comfort in an intimate manner, and it's permissible because we're women. And it makes me think, you know, I've thought long and hard. That actually happened like several months ago with one of my girlfriends, and it made me think.
And Similar Web is a digital.
And them braids be fresh as hell too. Be like, bro, who in jail doing your braids? Because there's no way, knowing, especially if you ain't got no visitation, how your braids so fresh? What y'all doing in there? And now you gotta ask questions. Now you gotta ask deeper questions. Hey man, what y'all be doing in there? Because nigga, every time I see you, every time you take a picture, bro, you got some fresh braids. Who doing it? How long is a visitation if a woman comes? How long is that visitation? Oh, 30 minutes. Ain't no way she braiding your hair in 30 minutes. Who braiding your hair, bro? Nah, they straight bugging. I'm not, you're not gonna play me. God was getting them right. You feel me? She wants to meet on her man's mind. Them Moore's best friends been clouding the day-to-day think. Like, for real, like, don't become massage on here like, hey, bro, you look like you stressed, bro. Let me massage your head real quick, fam. Like, let me massage your head, bro. Like, you look like you stressed, big dog. Man, all you gonna get is a smack on the back. You got it, big dog. Suck it up. That's all you got. Oh, shit, hold up. My bad. I said this is why she left the Joe Budden podcast. The reason she left the Joe Budden podcast is simply because she believed, for the most part, that she wasn't being heard. But just because you're able to speak what you think or believe, don't mean you can't get questioned. Don't mean nobody can't question your thoughts or opinions. Just because it's an opinion, don't mean that nobody shouldn't question it. So if you felt attacked, that's on you. That's your personal problem. So if you wanted to protect your peace, cool, bro. But to sit up here and say it was misogynistic, nah. Because a lot of women tend to do that. They'll call something misogynistic when they hold women accountable, or they say the shit that a lot of women do, and all of a sudden, oh, why you attacking this? Man, nobody attacking you. We are telling you what we see, what we see from other men and other experiences that other men have had with you, what we have experienced personally, have gone through, or what we constantly see on a regular day basis or through social media. We speak from those points. That's why we speak in general, because we either experienced it, saw somebody else who knows somebody who's experienced it, saw it from a third person's perspective, and we see it online all the time. So we're able to have these conversations. That's why we talk about it. It's not nobody attacking you. It's just what we see. Just as y'all said that y'all see men doing certain things and men that this is what y'all experience from men. Cool. But the problem is when we say it, it's nah, it ain't like that. It's a back and forth instead of, you know what? Okay. How do we fix it? What's the solution here? How do we fix the situation? And then when the man tells you exactly what it is, it get misinterpreted as if you didn't hear him. Well, we want you to be feminine. We want you to be sweet. You don't need to be masculine. Also, basically, you just want me to be a slave and shut the fuck up. Where the fuck did I say that at? When did I say that? Where? In what level and what point did I make that it sounded anything remotely close to that? And then next thing you know, we having a conversation about the fucking conversation. Because the reason in this aspect, I get it. And I just said, and it might be a little bit, I might kind of backpedal a little bit when I say this. When it comes to that bear versus man conversation, I don't care what y'all talking about. That shit ain't safe. That is not safe at all to choose a bear. And you don't understand the meaning. I understand the meaning behind it. You're trying to say that men are more dangerous. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. But however, guess what? Last time I checked, it's more dangerous to be around a woman than it is a man. Go look at the percentage of relation. Go look at the relationship, the percentage of relationships. What type of relationships tend to have the most domestic violence cases? It's women on women. Lesbian relationships tend to have more DV cases than any other sort of relationship. And guess who falls at the bottom in like the 20%? The men and men. And then what falls right up under the women and women is the man and women relationships. Which then because based off of the percentages, because men are on the lowest totem pole of that situation, they're in the 20%, while the 70% lies within the lesbian relationships. So what that then, in my brain, what that then translates to is this. When it comes to that second tier, which is the heterosexual relationship, it ain't always the man that's starting the shit. And then because most times, why y'all say that men are dangerous, a lot of times men try to avoid the situation. kind of like Sha'Carri Richardson and her boyfriend in the airport. She hitting him, pushing him, doing everything possible. And he walking away from her. Trying to avoid the situation, but she kept coming. So what that then leads me to believe is like, okay, if 70% of the women, 70% of DV cases are from lesbian relationships, and 20% are from men and men relationships, and then you got heterosexual underneath the lesbian, what's the common denominator of that? If you take 20%, so let's just say you take 20% away from that 70, that leaves you with what? 50%. That leaves you with 50%. That leaves you with 50%. Because I think the real number is 34. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's anywhere, I think it was 40-something percent. 40-something percent is the men. I mean, is the heterosexual relationships. For like 40-something percent, somewhere in that room. So out of that number, 20% of that could potentially be the man, but that other percent is the woman. So it ain't always the man. But we've created this narrative to think that it's always the man. We created this narrative to think that it's always the man putting her head between the washer and dryer. And that ain't the case. If anything, men try to diffuse the situation. They try to ignore the situation. They just walk out. They just leave the house. They walk away. They don't say nothing else. They just be quiet. They shut down. But the woman just continues to keep going. She throwing shit at them. She pushing them. She slapping them. Look at the movies, bro. Look at the movies. Look at all the movies you see. How many times have you seen it to where a woman just slapping the man because he said something wrong or he did something? She slaps him. And he just sit there and take that shit. It happens often. It happens often. But we don't look at that. We don't see that. We don't see like, oh, damn, bro. Like she violating this nigga, man. She slapping him and shit. Like, for what? It don't matter what he did. He didn't put his hands on you. But you putting your hands on him. But we don't see that, though. So when you talk about the man versus the bear, you talking about this big ass animal who is more likely to be a predator, especially if he backed up in the corner. You mean to tell me that you are more afraid of the man than the bear? But last time I checked, I'm pretty sure a man would say, yeah, I'd rather choose the woman than be around that fucking bear. Because once I go to sleep at night, I don't know what the fuck gonna happen. That bear might eat me a fucking alive. Come on, dog. Come on, man. I agree with that. I agree with that. Raw. I agree with that. And mind you, some women, and here's the thing too. And this is mind you, ladies, I'm telling you. The destination is to get a man that's going to appreciate you, that's going to love and admire you, right? For those of you who want to be in a relationship, for those of you who want that, right? You got to understand. And this is why I had this conversation before with this other chick who was talking about her guy. What was his name? Taylor, I think. And this was the conversation I said, what are you doing for him? And again, this is the conversation I was trying to have with Ashley, but it wasn't clicking in her head. I was telling her, I said, shorty, if I already set the expectation without having to ask you, if I set the expectation to open your door for you, do all this, I guess you can call it extra, but you know what I'm saying, it's a bare minimum for me, opening the door and shit like that, just general behavior. That's bare minimum, right? Opening the door for you. When we leave and we get there, opening the door for you, right? Pulling out your chair for you, boom, making sure you're straight, doing all of the gentlemanly things without asking you what I should do or what is it that you expect from me, because that's an expectation I have for myself, right? As the man, because we know now in today's world most men ain't doing it. So you already a step ahead. That's a gem for a lot of you fellas out there, right? But only for the right woman though. And so what I was trying to explain is this. Okay, well, because I didn't have to ask to do this. I didn't ask you what were your expectations of me. I already understood the assignment. What is it that you can replicate on your end for me? And the only answer you had was what? My presence. What? How does that work? If I was the one to approach you, I was the one to, you were standing over there doing your thing. I had to approach you, converse with you a little bit, ask for your number. Then once I asked for your number, converse with you a little bit more, set up the date and time in which we were going to go on this date or whatever the case may be. After that, come pick you up. Mind you. 9 times out of 10, most men, they're going to want to, they're going to make sure everything is straight. They're going to clean it. They're going to go wash the car. They're going to go clean that bitch out, make sure it smells good. They going if they need to, they may go buy some more clothes or some shit, so they can best, make sure they on their A game, right? So you spending money, that's an investment. That's an investment. Yes, it is. You're doing that, then you have to put gas in the car. You want to fill the tank up because you don't want to be driving around on E, right? Your pockets loaded, right? Gas tank on full now. Now after the gas tank is on full, you got to drive over there. Now you got to pick her up. You open, you may text her. Some people may text, maybe like, hey, I'm 5 minutes out. Get ready. He may come to the door, whatever the case may be, or she may just already come out. When you tell her, like, hey, I'm outside, she may come out. You get out the car, boom. You open the door, she hop in, you drive all the way to the restaurant, wherever the hell it is y'all gonna go. You get out the car, walk around, you open the door. Now that you open the door, y'all walking, boom, you making sure that she ain't on the side of the street where she can get hit by a fucking vehicle. You walk inside, boom, you open the door for her, she walk through the door, you set up like, hey, look, let's go get a booth over here. Cool, right? Now that you got the booth and everything like that, or if you got a chair, you pull a chair for her, she sit down, boom, you push it in. Now you sitting there conversing with each other. Now you are enjoying each other's time. Throughout that entire time, what is it that you have done? Nothing. Everything he did, he set up. All you had to do was get dressed. Now we're having dinner with you. You order your food. He ain't tripping. Y'all just having a good time. You ordering drinks. Y'all having a good time. I haven't mentioned anything about sex. I'm not talking about sex. I'm not. What is it that now? What is it up to this point? What value have you added to him already? What value? Anywhere from the time that he got your number to the time that y'all got to the restaurant, what value have you added? What value? I'm sorry for pausing it again, y'all. When they get old, they talk a bunch of nonsense that don't make no sense because they have they haven't experienced the real world. Yeah, I agree. But that's what I'm saying too. We've provided a lot of effort up front already. But what value has been added onto us? Right? So we're carrying the load up front. We're carrying all of the load up front. What value is added? And so this is why we had this conversation yesterday. It's like, okay, so now we kicking it. So now we kicking it. Cool, we ain't tripping. And most men ain't gonna trip on this. So I want to make sure we're clear. But it's little points that you get as the woman. It's little points that you get. Give you a hint. If we're chilling, right? Kicking it, having a good time. The check comes. We're not expecting you to pay. We're not. Because we already know we're gonna pay. But the idea that, you know what, I know you're gonna pay. Listen, I appreciate you for this dinner tonight. You know what I'm saying? I really enjoyed my time. Do you want me to pay for the tip? Because I can pay for the tip. because I appreciate you taking me out. This was fun. You know, you didn't have to drive me. I could have got Uber. Well, appreciation. The fact that you appreciated the fact that I did all of this for you and understanding the fact of what it took for me to do all of this for you. That's one little trinket, right? That's one little trinket for you. Right? You offer to pay. He may say, no, you good, man. I got it. Don't even worry about it. I got the tip. Don't even trip. He may tell you that. But the fact that you even offer, that already puts you ahead of most. Now, you guys are conversing a little bit more. You know, you guys rocked out with each other. Now, next time, because if you were asking proper questions during that date, instead of just feeding your face, now you get to understand who this person is, what he likes, what he don't like. Next time you see him. So let's just say, I'll give you an example. So let's just say he said, man, listen, man, I love fucking gum. I love gummy bears, bro. The gold pack. Oh my God. Y'all just kicking it. He ain't thinking about it. He ain't saying it to make you go and buy it. Y'all just talking. Y'all just conversing, having conversations. Man, I love the fucking golden gummy bears, man. Them hoes so good, bro. Listen, I'll take that over any candy. Oh, okay. Guess what? What you should do is take note of that. He loved golden. He loved the golden bears, the golden package. Bet. Watch this. Next time y'all meet, you thinking of him. So you stop by the store, you grab him the gold pack of gummy bears. Guess what that's gonna do for him? This is off the second meet. It's like, damn. He probably won't even remember that he even mentioned that he liked gummy bears. It's just the fact that you brought him gummy bears. You thought of him on your way over there. It's like, damn, I thought to stop and grab you some gummy bears because I remember you saying that you love gummy bears. You know how y'all like to say that it's the thought that counts? That's a thought. Small shit that adds up over time. Now he's taking mental notes like, damn, bro, like shorty straight. I ain't never had no chick do no shit like that. Bro, a lot of these chicks, they just want to receive shit. They just want to receive. They ain't never provide no fucking value nowhere. Now she at your crib, she may see something out of place. First things first, don't ever just do it. Ask. Like, hey, I see that this is kind of messed up. You mind if I do that? And he might be like, oh yeah, shit, go ahead. Boom. He looking now it's triggering in his mind. Y'all in the house together. Now you doing shit. Now you doing shit around the house. You got 3 dishes in there. She decided to wash. Like, hey, it's okay. Like, it's okay if I wash these dishes for you real quick. I mean, it's just 3 dishes. It's okay. I'll wash them for you. Oh, all right. Boom. Washing dishes. Mental note taking. It's the fact that she wanted to do something for you. She wanted to provide value for you. Now I know some of y'all idiots is gonna sit here and say, well, that's slave. No, it's not a slave mentality. It's adding value. It's adding value. Because what you don't understand is this. The more that you do for him, he's gonna be willing to go all or nothing for you. The more you do for him, the more he's willing to go all or nothing for you. He gonna go all in. Everything that he possibly can. He gonna make sure, like, man, look, man, this girl deserves everything that she gets because she does, man, I'm telling you, she does everything. But y'all don't want that because y'all think it's slave work. You think that you don't need to add value. You think that you're supposed to just fucking exist. But mind you, there are some women who do this. And then there are some men who don't take heed to it. They don't appreciate it. And I understand that. I do. I 100% understand that because there are some good women who did all of these great things for these sucker ass dudes. And I understand that it happens. I know it happens. I get it. So I'm not talking in that regard, but I'm talking about the man who actually values that. And he pours back into that. Just as much as she add value, she pours into it and he pours back. And y'all come together. That's what I'm talking about. That's probably because the way that she went about it is not the way that you went about your life for the riches and fame that you did. You sold your soul, shorty. You sold your soul to get the fame, to get all of that. That's what you did. So of course, she lived a life that she thought was fulfilling, and she was happy. But you aren't fulfilled. You aren't fulfilled. That's why you aren't happy. That's why you're struggling. That's why you're struggling mentally. That's why you're struggling spiritually. That's why you can't keep a man. You're struggling on the inside. You talk about we're disintegrating man. No, you just are. You sold your soul, bro. The decisions that you made in the past caught up to you. So now you're coping. All this is a cope. That's all this is. Because of the decisions that you made in your past as a youngin', it's all cope now. Because you understand now that you are in a place where most men aren't checking for you anymore. You ain't hot shot Melyssa Ford no more. They ain't checking for the video vixen Melyssa Ford no more. They ain't looking at you no more. And I'm pretty sure the men that you want don't want you. But see, the problem is you keep looking for the man that you want instead of the man that you need. You keep talking about what I want. Nah, you need him. It's what you need. And so that's why, and you envy your mom. I think that's envy. You envy your mom because she lived a simple life, and you thought that the riches and the fame, the private jets, and the dating the celebrities and all that shit was gonna be fulfilling for your life, and it wasn't. Because you put your career first, you put your body in your career first, and you put matter of fact, let me rephrase that. You put your soul, your body, and your career first over everything else. And now you're here. But yet and still, you don't want to say that you are the problem. It ain't the men, it's you. You're the issue. Just like Halle Berry, just like Tracy Ellis Ross, just like Kendra G. I'm gonna keep saying the name, just like Kendra G, just like Cheyenne Bryan, just like the rest of them Jones out there who having issues with dating and relationships. But they don't want to take accountability for that shit. All of a sudden it's spiritual. No, you just are a problem. You are an issue. And don't nobody want you. Just like the Amanda Seals. Don't nobody want no fucking Amanda Seals. Y'all saw her last video that she made on TikTok up there just eating and chewing and shit with them nappy ass dreads? Don't nobody want that shit. Ain't nobody checking for her. Don't nobody want her. And that's the problem. He said, sold your soul to the devil, and price was. What does joy look like to y'all? I'm gonna ask the chat the question. What does joy look like to y'all? Great health, covered by God, good money, families taken care of, not a worry in the world, everybody's happy and healthy. Options of the world because of the businesses that I have built, the people that I have helped, the people that are impacted by me because of the sacrifices that I have and will continue to make in order to make sure that people around me are squared away, putting my people in positions to succeed and thrive in the world, changing people's lives through my efforts. That's what joy is. And knowing that I'm covered, and most of all, knowing that I'm covered by God. That's what brings me joy. That's what's going to always bring me joy. Knowing that I've impacted somebody's life and changed their life for the greater good. Mentally, physically, financially. All of it. That's the joy. That's the joy. So men are pretty simple. 1000%. Men are simple. Simple creatures. There's a lack of headaches, prosperity, and kind, beautiful woman. Hey, be simple. Don't nobody care about all this damn word salad she talking about. Yeah, for real though. Like just gotta call it for what it is, bro. That's what it is. That's what joy looks like to me. That's what joy is. That's what joy is to me. That's what it looks like to me. You feel me? So it be what it is, bro. But make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. Make sure I hit the bell notification. Let's move on to let's go ahead and let's move over to this next topic, bro. Let's talk about LeBron James. I said I wasn't gonna talk about it, but like I told y'all the other day, I said, you know what? It makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense. No, I'm not done. It was for the TikTok. But LeBron James. I said I wasn't gonna talk about it no more, but I said fuck that. Now I'm gonna talk my talk regardless. Y'all get mad at me all you want. I'm gonna talk about LeBron James as long as he's relevant and continue to be relevant, because he's GOAT. He's GOAT. Bad GOAT. So if y'all haven't been keeping up with the NBA lately, you know, LeBron has been out, you know, due to an injury for a few games now, and Luka and Reeves have been going the fuck in. They've been getting busy. You hear me? Even Bronny out there putting in work. Here he go. Damn. So they've been putting in work. And so now we're in the place. See, bro. And so everybody's questioning the chemistry in regards to Luka, Reeves, and how they've been playing. And now when LeBron comes back, how is that going to change the dynamic of the team? Is it going to help? Is it going to diminish? Is that going to take away from Reeves? Is that going to take away from Luka? What does that mean for LeBron? And so Stephen A. Smith gives his thoughts in regards to that. But then I'm going to also play another part of Stephen A. talking about LeBron, because I got to address Stephen A. in this aspect. But I ain't going to say what I'm addressing. I'm just going to play it after, and then we'll get into it. But let's go ahead and talk about this part, though. Also, I wanted to mention the caption too in regards to this, because Buddy says, legend of winning. He says Nico Harrison was just fired 9 months ago after trading Luka. Yeah, we know about that. We already knew he was gonna go. That ain't really news. We knew he was his ass. As much as he was in the media and the way that he was looking, we know he was up out of there. OKC is 10-1 without J-Dub, and SGA is sitting in fourth quarters. I mean, that ain't really news. We are witnessing one of the greatest MVP races ever. I agree. And then there's Wemby. Yeah, boy, Wemby is a bad boy. Wemby bad, bro. Wemby bad, fam. I ain't gonna hold you. Wemby is tough. That boy, that's the true version of a creative player. Y'all remember live? NBA Live? Y'all used to create that tall ass basketball player who can shoot, handle the ball, and dunk. Yep, that's him. That's Wemby. On God, that's Wemby. If he can stay healthy throughout his entire career, boy, they better watch out. They better watch out. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not cry. I'm telling you why. Wemby is coming to town. Boy, he's something serious. But he also said, but LeBron not playing is more interesting to SAS. Well, yes. No matter what you say, no matter how you feel about LeBron gonna always be relevant as long as he's in the NBA, and as long as he continued to get compared to Michael Jordan, which that's gonna always be a thing. Because he is that great, regardless of how you feel about him. Because y'all remember when he was younger, they was already comparing him to Michael Jordan. But they were like, oh, he got to get a ring first. He got to get a ring first. Then he got a ring. Then it was like, what y'all got to say? Nah, Michael Jordan got 6, though. Michael Jordan got 6, though. I bet he got 4 of them things. But still, though, he ain't got 6, though. But he ain't got 6, though. But what about when he choked against the Dallas Mavericks? You know, even when you had J.J. Barrera, when you had Jason Terry, and you had Dirk Nowitzki. Oh, you talking about the same year when they swept the Lakers too that Kobe was on? They got swept. That whole year, that entire Dallas Mavericks couldn't be beat that year. They could not be beat that year. What you want from me, man? What you want? What you want? What you say? They say Jordan had the flu games, Bron got bench games, ref games, and trade games. Boy, you crazy as hell, bro. You crazy as hell, boy. I ain't got time for you. Bro. I'm about to charge you a tariff. I'm about to charge you a tariff. You talking crazy. Yeah, I was at the Mavs game Monday night. The fire Nico chants rained down on every stoppage of play and every stoppage next morning. God damn. Man, listen. Explain all above. So look, the flu game. So what he's saying is, Joe, he's saying the flu games, which are the actual Jordans, called flu games, right? But then now Jay Ben added his own flavor, talking about the bench games, ref games, and trade games. Yup, tariff. Wemby, the greatest stick figure to join the league. I agree. He came in, he looked just like how Giannis looked when he came into the league. Now, is he gonna get that big? I don't know. He might. If he get that big and still be able to keep his handles and everything he got, boy, they better watch out. NBA Live created players 7'9" and 9'9" skill level. Boy, I swear. We used to make them, then do the dunk contest too. Yup. All of it. What more do you want from me? For real, bro. That's basically what more do you want from me, bro? Like what we talking about? So look, I'm gonna go to this other video. Now he just playing. Now in this one, he just playing out. He just flat out hating. This is flat out hating. But I'm gonna play it though. He said if he gets a Wheaties endorsement. Yeah, if he get a Wheaties endorsement, it's over with. Giannis was dunking on everyone Monday night. Man, that dude Giannis is crazy, bro. On me. That boy Giannis is wild. That boy, wow. So let me go ahead and play. Let me play this other video. Real quick, like her. All right, here we go.
Pat McAfee when you went on your show and Snap.
Oh, yeah.
You was emotional about it.
Yeah.
And you said it in that, and you said it another time I heard you say it. You almost begged people to hold LeBron accountable, ask him about the truth. What do you mean when you say media members, other people, hold him accountable for the truth? What are you saying there?
You do one thing in front of people, and you do other stuff behind the scenes. And they ain't consistent. You don't like me because you see me calling it like I see it. You're not Michael Jordan. You're not the GOAT. You did choke in an NBA Finals. 4 consecutive fourth quarters in an NBA Finals. This man was scoring 4 points. One game, he scored 0 points. In an NBA Finals, fourth quarter. With Jason Terry or J.J. Barea guarding you. There is no explanation for that. To anybody who knows basketball, that's a choke job. You overcame it. Major props to you. You've elevated yourself from the time that LeBron James won the championship.
Hold up. Ain't this the same situation where Kobe done played the Celtics and Kobe only had 18 points? Kobe only had 18 points. Because y'all know how y'all like to say Kyrie Irving saved LeBron James, but can I say Paul Gasol saved Kobe Bryant too? During the Celtics game? I can say that too, right? I can say that too, right? Just saying. Shout out to Brown for playing in the league and paving the way for his kids to play. And it is as well, though, because a little Jordan did was stuck on train tracks trying to get some Becky head for sure. I don't think LeBron likes Stephen A. Smith because Stephen A. is not likable. To be honest, bro, I just think that I kind of agree with that too. But I also think that Stephen A. he got a hate for LeBron. He hate on LeBron too. I think that's the case because LeBron is at the statue as of where he's at right now. And almost I ain't gonna say he can't be because even niggas at the top can be touched, but he's damn near close to being untouchable. And Stephen A. feel as if he should be up there as well. And so he felt ever since that altercation when LeBron stepped up to him in person, he felt some type of way about that because Bron made him look like a bitch. And so now cat's out the bag, he feels some type of way about it. Because again, that conversation, how it went, Stephen A. came at him in regards to it never was about him critiquing Bronny. It was never about that because, mind you, how long has LeBron been in the league and everybody's been going at his head? The Skip Baylesses, the Stephen A. Smiths, everybody in the fucking world, the Jordan stands, all of them, finding every which way, every crevice to try to discredit LeBron for whatever reason, right? Bron never said nothing. He just responded on the court. Trying to discount the bubble, the bubble ring. They trying to discount that. Oh man, that ain't no real ring. Nigga, last time I checked, it was an NBA game. They still get a check for it. How is it not real? And for those of you who know what that's like to actually fucking hoop, when it ain't no crowd, it's different. That shit is. I want to be close enough to say that shit harder than having actual fans there. That shit is hard. Cause it's just hooping. You ain't got no crowd to cheer you on to get you hype, nigga. It's just you and your teammates. It's just y'all. That's it. It's just y'all. Ain't no fans. Ain't nobody in the stands. Ain't nobody throwing popcorn. You don't hear all that shit. No, nigga. It's just hoop session. Probably one of the hardest rings you can. Probably one of the hardest rings you can win. And so now, because you, Stephen A., on your platform decided to say, as a father, I beg your finest pardon, sir?
I beg your pardon?
You mean to tell me you gonna come at me as a father? Cool, critique my son. We understand. I said what I said. I put it on Twitter and I said, yeah, LeBron is better. That Bronny is better than a lot of these athletes out here. Cool. I said what I said. You critique me on that. But you come at me as a father, big dog. That's a whole different line you just crossed. That's a different line you just crossed. But you don't want to take ownership to that. And so he checked you. Regardless, you can't tell somebody how to check you and when to check you. You can't. You don't determine that. oh man, what you should have did, man, like if you would have done this shit without the cameras this way, or cut him on the back end. No, nigga, he thought it was the right time to do it, so he did it. What you talking about? 22 years in the league, 25 years in the spotlight, if SMSV days included. Yup. Paid pickup game. Man, you crazy, Raw. I ain't got time for you, bro.
Shit. Against Oklahoma City. Throughout the rest of his career, you can make a legitimate case of the GOAT argument with him against Jordan. But we get to piggyback off of the previous stuff that happened prior to that. Michael Jordan was averaging 30 10 times in his career, played all 82 games 9 times, 9 times an all NBA first team defensive player, a defensive player of the year, okay, a 6-time champion, a 6-time NBA Finals MVP, a 5-time.
Hold on, I'm gonna let it keep playing, but let me ask y'all a question though. And I want y'all to be genuine. I'm gonna be very genuine when I'm asking y'all this question. I want to see who's gonna keep it a buck with me. Those defensive awards that Michael Jordan won, do you think that he won it because he was actually playing really good defense, or do you think that he won it because he was Michael Jordan? Genuine answer. Because there is footage of them saying that Jordan is not a really good defender. He just plays the lane. Just saying. No pause management back then either. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, Jordan was just lucky to not have the media. Jordan was just lucky not to have social media. Jordan was lucky not to have social media.
Time MVP of the league, and in your 22nd or 23rd year, you still chasing. Now, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I think it's obvious who the GOAT is, in my estimation.
I agree.
Having said that, let's appreciate the fact that a GOAT conversation is nothing denigrating anybody, because I'm still acknowledging you as being in the conversation as the greatest of all time. So we understand that, right? So we get.
So you think? Hold up. Let me get this straight. So you think that LeBron is mad at you because you don't think he's the GOAT? Stephen A. You can't be bro. You can't be this naive. There's no way you this naive. You mean to tell me that you think he's upset with you or he don't like you because you don't think that he's the GOAT? You think that's the reason why, sir? Sir. Come on, man. Come on, Stephen A. Come on, man.
Get that out the way. But I also never looked at Michael Jordan and said he choked in the NBA Finals. I also didn't see Michael Jordan joining D Wade and Bosh. And then AD. Okay? So I didn't see that. I'm sorry, Kyrie and Kevin Love before that. I ain't see that. Okay? So I get to look at.
You saw Rodman, nigga. What? Stop lying. You saw Rodman. You saw Scotty. You saw what was his name? Number 7. I can't. Kukoc. You saw Kukoc. You saw Horace Grant. Remind you, he begged to get Rodman over there. But you also have to understand that was the Chicago Bulls. And a lot of that is because of management. So you're not finna sit here and play that game with me. You're not about to, bro. You're not about to do that with me. You, man, don't be disingenuous, Stephen A. Don't be disingenuous, bro. You gearing it based off of you're basing it based off of what you seen back then, and that's the problem. Jordan wouldn't have did this. Jordan, man, nigga, who gives a fuck? Jordan did it his way. Bron did it his way. Kobe did it his way. It don't fucking matter. But guess what? Kobe and Jordan got as a common denominator? Phil Jackson. And so what? But guess what Bron didn't have? He didn't have no Phil Jackson. That's for fucking sure.
that and deduce, that's my definition of a GOAT. And most people who watch the NBA would agree with me. Okay? Hold up.
Hey, that's fair. You entitled to your own opinion, bro. I think you're off, but hey, you're entitled to your own opinion. You know what I'm saying? I do think that you got a hate for LeBron that is crazy to me. And you think that he hates you because you don't think he's a GOAT. I definitely don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. I think it's cap. They had Phil Jackson, Bron got refs. Nah, bro. Bron didn't get them calls like that for real, bro. Bron didn't get them calls like that. Like we had the conversation yesterday. He didn't get them calls like that simply because that's why he started to flop a lot. Mind you, take it back to Shaq. Shaq wasn't getting a lot of calls either, but Shaq so big, Shaq 300 fucking pounds, 7'2", can't nobody knock that nigga over anyway. But he just bum rushed through them niggas because he 300 something pounds, 7'2". There's a lot of niggas at 6'8" in the league. They may not be as strong or as fast, but there's a lot of 6'8" niggas in the league. So you're gonna have to settle a little bit in order to get the call because they don't want to call shit. Because it's LeBron James, because this niggas is big. I was racking my brain across the whole league to try to recall a better defender. Mostly big man Mutombo. Back then it was a big man's league, bro. and again, that just goes to show you the guards weren't that elite back then either. There were some tough guards. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me twisted. There were some tough guards back then. But those guards weren't as elite as the guards are today. Because the point guards back then, they were, hey, listen, run the play, be the court general, get the play going. I ain't looking for you to score. I need you to get assists. I need you to get some assists, get the play going. And get the ball into the paint, let the big man go to work. Why you think they changed shooting guard to wing now? Like you just a wing man. Because now you ain't the shooting guard, because shooting guard meant, hey, you shooting. You shooting that bitch. It's time to get to work. That's why everybody wanted to be a shooting guard back in the day. They didn't want to be a point guard, they want to be a shooting guard. And the ones who want to be a point guard, they literally image their game after Magic. They wanted to be the elite passer. That's why you had the Jason Kidds. They wanted to be the elite passer. Shit. Come here. Or the Steve Nashes. Come here. Hee hee. Hee hee. Hee hee. Ah, shit, bro. You better get him back. You better get him back. Nah, that shit's so funny, bro. I swear to God, bro. I'm goofy as hell. Bron gonna get a Grammy when he retires Oscar to Sony. Hey, wouldn't that be funny though if he did get an Oscar though for that shit? I'm sorry. That shit still cracked me up. Hold up. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Hold up. Hold up. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find that picture. Oh, shit. Hold up. No, where's it at? I ain't gonna lie, they be on his head though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes he do be setting himself up though. I ain't gonna lie, dog. I'm trying to find that picture, bro. That shit funny as hell. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Hold up. This shit funny as hell. I ain't gonna hold you. shit funny as hell, dog. Hey, listen, bro. Bro, we doing some funny shit though. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. When you in the when you've been in the league so long, you bound to get caught doing some crazy shit. Oh my god, bro. That shit's funny as hell. That shit is funny as fuck, bro. Bro did go into the lead built like a No Limit tank. For real, he did. I can say, nah. Oh, fuck, bro. Y'all niggas, y'all crazy as hell, bro. Y'all wild as fuck. Hold on, what the other one that I just saw? What the other one at? Oh, where that motherfucker at? Ah, shit. I can't find that bitch. I can't find it, bro. I can't find it. Y'all ass crazy as fuck, bro. I swear, y'all ass wild. Y'all be having me rolling in this bitch. Y'all be having me rolling, bro. Nah. Make him say, nah. All right. I don't think I got nothing else. Listen, man, tonight was dope. Tonight was fun. I appreciate y'all for kicking with your boy. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And look, if you haven't tapped into the Patreon, make sure you tap into the Patreon. I already posted the 0 to 1,000 subscribers in the Patreon, so you definitely want to tap into it. Also, if you want to learn how to start investing your money properly, my ebook is also in there, and it teaches it on the basic level on how to get started on investing your money. That way, you can still start investing your money and make money while you sleep, while you still working your 9 to 5 and start building your income up. You feel me? So definitely tap into the Patreon. And matter of fact, let me go ahead and put it in there. Let me go ahead and put it in here now. Let me put the link in the comments. Ooh, I want you to help me. All right, let me put it in right here. I want you to help me. There it is. I just put the link in there. He said, Bron begging the ref for calls. Got to get played when they retire his jersey. Bruh, I swear. As wide as we are, you can't put us together. It gets out of hand. Man, I swear, but y'all ass crazy as shit, bro. Y'all ass crazy as shit. So listen, tonight was fire. I appreciate y'all for kicking it with your boy. And until next time, my good people, I'll holla.